Well, that piece I just put in is the last piece that makes up the last of the hallway row that goes into the bedroom here. And we'll just need to stain this and put some matte clear coat on it so it matches the wood here, and reinstall that so that we have a kind of a stair nose going off into that side. Now I just got to get this closet done. I had to put some tar paper in there to kind of match up the tar paper buildup we did in the hall here, to take a little bit more of that sway out of the floor. It's nice and flat now through here, so it's really great. But I had to make this linen closet match as well, so we'll get that flooring down and then pretty much done with this whole hallway section. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Waterfront Wreck. Jody and I are going to be outside today doing a few projects, and it's a beautiful day, middle of May, actually I think May 20th. And yeah, one of the things we got here, you can see behind me, is our flagpole. We put this flagpole up back in probably 2022, and as you can see, the different segments aren't the same color. They haven't weathered to be consistent. It's a 25-foot flagpole by the Stand Company. This is the Roosevelt flagpole. It's not really telescopic, but it's sectional. It comes in sections. Essentially, there's an ABS sleeve that's concreted into the ground by a couple, 2 or 3 feet, and that's what the pole goes into. You set that sleeve with a level to make sure it's level in concrete, and then after that's dry, this bottom pole goes in there, and then the rest of the poles attach. And yeah, 25 feet tall. So yeah, Jody's going to help me pull this up and set it on some sawhorses. I'll do a little bit of light prep with maybe a Scotch-Brite pad, a quick wipe down with some denatured alcohol or some kind of prep solvent or cleaner, maybe even just glass cleaner and some paper towels, just to make sure there's no dirt on it. And then I'm just going to rattle can it with some black satin spray paint and get it back in the ground and get our new flag on it and be ready to go for the holidays this year. So this is the part that goes into the ground sleeve, and as you can see, there's been a lot of color discoloration. All the sections haven't aged with the same patina, and it just needs a fresh new coat of paint all the way across. And maybe I'll also rattle can this finial with some metallic silver spray paint, give that a fresh up. And yeah, we'll make it look like a brand new flagpole. We're really happy with the way it's lasted. It's probably 4 or 5 years old, and it's lasted really well with a lot of high winds, and we go through flags pretty often, but 5 years, yeah. So yeah, we'll get this all painted up and see how it looks. I'm going to start by hitting it with this 3M moderate stripping pad just to knock off any loose dirt, bird poop, or what have you, so it gets nice and ready for some cleaning.
Hi guys, I just wanted to have you follow along with me and have a whole lot of fun because I'm going to be pulling weeds. Let's get started.
Weeding time?
Yeah. Fun.
leaking right out of this seam right there. That's not something that can be tightened. It's probably an O-ring that's internal, so I'll have to replace this whole valve. Well, I brought it into the shed. It turns out this does screw off. It's got a little seal, a little cupped seal that seals up against the ball valve. So the water comes in here, and then this ball valve opens and closes to allow water to flow out through the faucet. I think possibly it's just that these threads had a sealant on it that started to leak from the factory. It was kind of breaking down, falling apart, probably from heat and from freezing and thawing cycles maybe. I'm wondering, it's worth a try, putting some Teflon tape around these threads, and then maybe a little bit of pipe dope, and then screw this back on there, put it in the vise, tighten it really good, and then reinstall it, turn on the water at the main again, and see if it's leak free. Maybe we'll get a few more years out of this thing yet. I want to make sure I don't have any on that seal surface, really. I mean, a little bit might not hurt, but I want to try to keep it out of the ball valve area. I think that thread might. Well, yes, that valve is garbage. I think the reason it was leaking was the threaded spot here was cracked. It actually wasn't just a bad seal in the threads, because it just broke off there and I didn't over tighten it. So that little thing is garbage. Well, my valve repair idea was a fail because it was cracked. That threaded area is cracked. So plan B is to get down my plumbing bin. I don't throw anything away. And see if I have another valve with that same thread that needs to go into that PVC pipe. Or if I need to make a trip to the hardware store to get a new valve. Well, I did find a bag full of valves, but not the kind of valve I need. Not a shutoff that has a hose bib on it, a 3/4 inch hose bib for garden hoses. So my trusty plumbing bin did not come through this time around. So looks like we get to go to the hardware store. Yay! And I have the water turned off at the main, so I can't really do anything until I get that turned back on, so I guess I'll be making that trip sooner than later. Got a new valve from the hardware store. Put a little few wraps of Teflon tape, a little bit of the pipe dope on there. Reinstalled it, and I'm going to go turn on the water at the main and check it for leaks. So we really appreciate you guys watching this video this week, and we'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and if you'd leave a comment. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We got a lot of work to do here and getting ready to start that kitchen job shortly. So it'd be fun to have you follow along with our journey. Let me give you a quick recap on what we got done on the flooring project this week. So starting in here in the sunroom that we got done about a month or so ago, we got all the hardwoods now out to the kitchen entry. We've got it on this side of the fireplace. And last week, if you recall, we got this slate down, and I'm going to be caulking this edge out here soon and putting the enhancer and sealer on that this week. And then so we've got down this entire hallway. We got the threshold here to the bedroom. We've got the threshold here done at the bathroom. We've got all the way up to the stair nose here that we've made that I'm going to be staining here in the next day or two, and to match the rest of this flooring. And then we got into the linen closet, so that's all done. So yeah, we've got all the hardwood done except for the kitchen and this bedroom. So that's a really big milestone for us, and we're really enjoying it already. So just like I planned all the time we've lived here, to have the hardwood flow from the entry into this room. And for those of you that watched, you know all these rooms were different heights. The thresholds were different, and we had so much leveling to do and everything to get that all perfect. But we're really happy with the way that's all coming together, and we really appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day. Have a great holiday weekend, Memorial Day, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.